I've never seen him play without coaching him.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever seen him play without being on the sideline with him. So that was phenomenal to watch and to see and to think what he's thinking into, because I know him like a book, but it was phenomenal. And I'm so darn proud of him, the team, and getting the W on the road.
The Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, didn't hold back during his press conference about Shedeur Sanders. The play, the throw from Shedeur Sanders changed the game for the Cleveland Browns football team. The Cleveland Browns have an opportunity to win their conference with Shedeur as the starting quarterback. You watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. Let's get this party started. Let's go. Can't wait to read all that song. Can't wait to read. I can't wait to read. The offensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns, Tommy Rees, had his presser today, and the reporters, first thing out the block, asked him about Shedeur Sanders. Tommy Rees said, yeah, we talked to Shedeur. I talked to Shedeur. But before I could even ask him a question, Shedeur came out and admitted that this play right here, I shouldn't have done that. Ooh, that boy locked in, y'all. Tommy Rees said, hey, before I could ask him a question, he's already telling me what he had done wrong. I said, dawg, and he was the fourth quarterback on y'all depth chart? And he telling you what he shouldn't have done? Man, remember, Shedeur said in his own press conference, man, I done played the game out in the middle of the week of how it gonna go anyway. Shedeur locked in, man. He locked in. But listen, check this out. Let's listen to the offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, talk about Shedeur Sanders.
Hard to win on the road, hard to win as a rookie. Did a nice job in some of the things we asked him to do. Our focus is really, like it's been all year, on the process of how to improve and how to continue to get better. And for these young players that are playing for us offensively, finding all those teachable moments to continue to improve on. There's a lot of plays he would like to have back. There's a lot of great learning opportunities out there. And then there's a lot of plays that he made that, helped our offense and helped us score enough points to win the game. But, again, we're really doubling down on how can we be process-oriented, not get too caught up in a result of a win or a loss, and just focus on every time you come in on a Monday, there's going to be a bunch of plays that you want to correct. They're just usually easier to correct when you win than when you lose. So our focus is there on continuing to improve. I think Shedeur's done a really nice job this week of continuing to prep and really starting to hone in on the things we're asking of him, and excited for another opportunity.
That's the offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, talking about Shedeur Sanders going forward and his past performance. Tommy Rees knows Shedeur is that dude. He knows Shedeur is that dude. Even though Kevin, like Dylan Gabriel, even though Kevin thought highly of Joe Flacco, even though Kevin Stefanski didn't have Shedeur Sanders as his top priority, Shedeur Sanders now turned out to be the quarterback that can save his job and the franchise from looking worse than they did last year. He didn't win the 3 games last year. 3 games. That's it. And it's a good possibility. They can win out. They can win out with Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback. But we're going to talk about that later. But the team did practice. As you can see, the snow is out there on the ground. It's snowing. They out there prepping, getting loose, getting ready for this big game coming up this Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. But the team got energy. The team got hope now because of the starting quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders have proven to them that he's that guy. They've been seeing it all along. They saw it through rookie minicamp. They saw it through OTAs. They saw it through training camp. They even saw it through the preseason game against the Carolina Panthers, because those players know what Shedeur was up against when it comes to that organization. They saw how Kevin would treat Shedeur. But Shedeur didn't flinch. He kept on working. He kept walking up to Myles Garrett and said, hey, want to get some reps in? You know, Myles Garrett said, hey, what you want me to do? Play tight end? Yeah, I know you don't want me to play defensive end. Yeah. Then during the preseason game, Shedeur walked over to him and said, hey, Myles Garrett, yeah, I want to put that spin on you. What you think? Myles Garrett said, you don't want to do that, young kid. Yeah, we're going to need you later on. And guess what? It came true. They need Shedeur. They need him. They need him to keep the Cleveland Browns being the laughing stock of the NFL. And they was when they tried to out Joe Flacco. They was when they went to Dylan Gabriel those 6 games. Everybody was talking about, oh man, how bad the Cleveland Browns is. And you had some members of the media of Cleveland saying, well, they wouldn't look no better if Shedeur was out there with that dude named Jason, Mary Kay, Tony Grossi, all of them dudes out there talking that crazy talk about Shedeur Sanders. What you saying now? What are you saying now? I'm just saying it is what it is. But Shedeur can lift this team up, and they have a possibility to win their conference. But they got to win this Sunday game against the San Francisco 49ers. And it's a game that they can win, especially, I keep telling you about this defense that they have. They got a good defense. But the play that changed everything is when Shedeur rolled out to his right. When he rolled out to his right, yeah, and 2 defenders came at him, he threw this ball on the run to Isaiah Bond. That changed the game, family. It changed the game. Listen to this play. Listen to the excitement. Watch the sideline once again. This is a game changer right now. For the Cleveland Browns football team. I'm telling you, at the end of this story, at the end of this year, this going to be the play that changed the Cleveland Browns season this year. That throw by Shedeur Sanders to Isaiah Bond. Myles Garrett on the sideline, something like, man, who you throwing that ball to? Whoa! Yeah. They gave that sideline energy. I tell you what, it's a guy that hosts the NFL Films. Listen to what he had to say. His name is Greg Cosell. Listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, they went 0 on that third, and the play to Bond on 3rd down, and he beat him with it. I mean, that play was a big, see, when I watch guys like that and see a play like that, I always think to myself, if Mahomes made that play, what would we say? If Allen made that play, what would we say? We'd say, oh my God, that's unbelievable. So you got to say the same thing when Shedeur Sanders makes it. That was an unbelievable play.
That's Greg Cosell talking about that throw of Shedeur Sanders. He said that throw was right on the money. He said if that had been Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or I'm going to say if that had been Lamar Jackson, hey, man, we will be saying that's the play of the year. Well, if you would have said it, if they had thrown it, you got to say it now too. Just because it's Shedeur. Just because it's Shedeur, don't try to downgrade that throw, because that was a big-time throw. That's the throw that changed the game for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. That's my take on that. Now, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns football team. I told you 2 weeks ago on a Sunday night when J.R. Boxing just said, B.Y., time out, B.Y., that the Cleveland Browns can win their conference if Shedeur was the starting quarterback. I told you that 2 weeks ago. When they put Shedeur in the game against the Baltimore Ravens, it didn't go good. But they're going to win this game. I'm telling you, they going to win. I told JR, they going to win this game. And when they win this game, they going to win this conference. Because when you look at the schedule, they got the 49ers, Tennessee, the Chicago Bears, Buffalo Bills. They're going to be, it's going to be coming, but we can beat them because they ain't playing too good. They got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they got the Cincinnati Bengals. We can win out. You got to remember, Baltimore lost last night. I'm just trying to tell you, Pittsburgh, they leading the conference right now. But guess what? They starting quarterback hurt. There's something wrong with his wrist. There's something wrong with his wrist. So they can be had. And plus, they all got to come to Cleveland, Ohio. Everybody talking about, can we play in the snow? No, can they play in the snow? Can they play in the cold? Shedeur played at Colorado. Let me say that one more time. Shedeur played at Colorado. You must don't remember that play when he rolled out to his left and threw that ball to LaJohntay Webster to win the game. Or to go in overtime, whatever it was. Yeah, in the rain. Oh, shoot. We ain't worried about no climate. We ain't worried about no weather and climate. The question is, can your team come in here and win? Once again, Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns can win out. And they can win their conference and make the playoffs. You heard it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit my like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and place a comment in the comment section. If you can do that, I will highly appreciate it. All right? Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I come to you by the digital airways of YouTube. Until later on, peace.
Wizard.